I'm telling y'all, when I tell y'all, if y'all have not heard the gospel talk yet, and you probably haven't because it's going to air this Thursday. But when I tell y'all, he has a lot to say. He has a lot to say. And I enjoyed being his co-host on today. Well, yesterday, I enjoyed being his co-host. And I just thought that it was the most, crazy thing how we just clicked on all the conversations that we had, the topics that we had, and how much history this man has in him. All right, y'all. So guess what? All right. It is definitely that time for Relationship 411, y'all. I know. I'm always coming up with something, and I know a lot of times y'all think this don't pertain to you, but guess what? It's going on with somebody somewhere, so I don't mind bringing you the Relationship 411, okay? Is that cool? Hey, my little music and all, yeah. All right, y'all. So let me get on to it because it's such a beautiful thing to love and to be loved and to know what love feels like. And women can be grown and never really experience true love. They don't experience true love. Some women don't, and eventually they will. But they got to know what to look for in the man and what awakens the man. So our Relationship 411 is understanding how men awaken to love. And this is coming from Susan Winters. And I could identify with it so much, y'all. I'm telling you. Look, a lot of times us women, single women, we get out here and we'll get hooked up with guys, and all of a sudden we start, it'll start off really good, and then when it dies out and the guy pulls away, we start to feeling like we did something wrong again, or maybe we don't look good enough for them, or maybe if you're having sexual relationships, in which I do know people do have sex, we'll start trying to flaunt our little bodies so they can notice us more and stuff, and then we don't get a response. Well, sometimes that response is because the reason why you don't get a response is because that man at the time may not be looking for that. You know what I'm saying? Some men do look for a quick fix, and then others are looking for something more with a foundation. You know what I'm saying? More with a foundation. So, single ladies, I just want you to understand out there that it's not you. Because, see, men have this thing going on in their head. And this is why a lot of guys sleep with so many women. It's because they have this ego boost that has to be satisfied. And that includes sometimes sleeping with another woman to get that ego boost up there. Until I look at it like this, until a man has gone through enough trial and tribulation of a broken heart or experienced some things to mature him, he's going to continue seeking, woman after woman until he finds that woman that does what? That woman that stands out from the rest of them. And sometimes it's not you. Sometimes you are there. I said this about one guy. I told him this too. And, my BF, I told him this. I said, I believe that I'm preparing you for the next woman. Because I don't know why. It was just something in me that just felt like we are really good friends. We hit everything off good. But it's just something that's not there. And I felt as if I was really preparing him for the next woman, whoever he ends up with. And by that, I mean, because we were doing things that, neither one of us had never done before. So we were awakened to this new experience of love, how we could love one another and not even be in a relationship. He awoke something in me, and in return, I awoke something in him. So that's what it takes. It takes for that man to realize that there's something different about you. There's something special about you that he didn't see in the last woman or the woman before or the woman before or maybe the woman before that or before that. So maybe he didn't see something in all those women. But then you come along and you show him something that he hasn't seen before. See, a lot of women, they make a mistake whenever they go out here and they try to, think that their sex will sell them and make the man think that, that they are appreciated, and most of the times that's what men want. They want to feel appreciated for what they have done, or just for being a man, period. And I agree. Women, when you have good men, you should, well, when you have a good man, let me not say men, but when you have a good man, you should appreciate him to the fullest. Because the more you appreciate what that man is doing for you, whether it's something small, or even if it's something that you didn't really even want him to do and you didn't even like it, like a gift or something, you should still be appreciated. You should still appreciate him because he is paying attention to that. And men can sense when a woman is just doing something for the attraction of it. Men can sense when a woman is caught up on Facebook culture. Let me tell you that. Facebook culture. Men can sense when a woman is caught up on that. When all she wants to do is have pictures to show people. When all she wants to do is to have the title, but no work put in there. When all she wants to do is have sex, but no foundation and no real relationship. A man can sense these things on a woman the same way a woman can sense it on a man. So what a man does when he awakens to love and he finds the woman that he really loves, is something about that woman that is so sweet and tender and nurturing, and he feels her appreciation, not through her looks. It ain't your weave, baby. It ain't your makeup. It ain't your heels or your flats. It's not even your short skirts or your long pants. It's none of that stuff. I know we think that's what it is, but listen, I can tell you that's not what it is, because if you pay attention, really, you have men who will go out here and have sex with a woman who most people call ugly, and then you wonder why the so-called ugly woman is getting the man, because she's doing something that the rest ain't doing. She's so different. She's not giving him a false sense of who she is and trying to make him think, well, I'm the one for you. This other woman that the people call ugly, she's out here and she's showing them just who she is. She's being herself. And that's what men are looking for, a woman who isn't afraid to be herself. And when he sees that on a woman, that natural and organic sweetness and tender and nurturing, he will come around. And that's the one who will awaken his love up. But it's going to take going through some heartaches and some pains to get to that point where a man is mature enough to handle love. Because men is not wired like us women. They aren't. They just aren't. I mean, they know how to love, but they're not wired like us women. So women, single ladies, what you got to do is stop fronting and let the man know who you are for real, for real. Because until you can be yourself, that man is going to sense every lie, every insecurity about you, because they got that sense. We got that woman's intuition, but they got that sense where they can tell if you fake or not. They can tell that off the gate if you are fake. They can tell if you are someone that they want to spend the rest of their life with or just have a friendship with. So it is a process that men have to go through. And, I don't want to beat up on men all the time, because sometimes men don't understand their own hormones, So I don't want to beat up on the men and say that all men are just bad. No, some men have been through some things. And so now they know what to look for. And they have already put in their mind what they will accept and what they won't accept. And some men have gone through broken relationships too, where women just really dogged them out or used them. Once the woman got into his heart, she used him for his money, used him for his sex, used him, for anything that she could get out of him besides, just being a woman and being their sweet, tender, nurturing, and, just having that good friendship that goes a long way. So what happened is when this man gets hurt, he shuts down for a while. And he has to go through these women, because most men don't know any better. A lot of men do not know any better. They don't understand that, no, you don't have to go through these women. You need to go to God in prayer. You need to get back to the foundation of love. And the foundation of love for anything in this world, anybody in this world, is always going to be Jesus and God. That's going to be always your foundation right there. If you can get back to a place where you humble yourself and open your eyes up, women stop being fake and stop being caught up on Facebook culture. Because let me tell you something. Our guys, they do exactly what they see us do. I'm for real. I remember I was texting somebody and I started using certain type of language in my text. Guess what? When he was texting me back, he started picking up on my language. He was using the language that I was using to text with. So we have to be careful what we're putting out here. If we're putting out here false security and they're picking up on our insecurities, then that man probably is going to pass you by, or either he's going to really use you. So to awaken and understand a man's love and how it awakens, it means there's a process that the woman has to go through as well. The woman has to go through the process of realizing that she has to stop being fake. Stop getting caught up on these reality shows and all this makeup drama and all that stuff. You have to stop getting caught up on this stuff, because if you don't, we're going to have a world full of fake little babies. A world full of fake little babies out here. So the woman's process is to understand that just because he does not awaken with you does not mean that he won't awaken with the next woman. So don't be mad about it. Just take it as it is, as a lesson learned, as a blessing that you didn't get caught up with somebody who was not really meant for you. And sometimes you are put in a person's life for what? A season, and to be a lesson and a blessing. And that lesson and a blessing is not always bad. Women, you have something good to offer men. And they can learn how to love the next woman by being with you. So if you start being, real and get off this Facebook culture, these men will come back to reality too. See, these men are having to try to live up to all this false fantasy stuff. They're trying to live up to the pictures that they're seeing in the beard gang and all these relationship groups in Facebook. These men are losing their identity because of the women who don't know their identity. So therefore, everybody has to come to a place of realness. One can't work without the other. But yep, these men, they can pick up on it. And the man's process to get to the point where his love really does awaken again, especially if he's been hurt, is he's got to find that woman who understands him. That's going to be the one that he sticks with. The one who understands him. And not fake understanding him. You know how it is sometimes us girls and stuff, we will pretend like we understand these guys, but we don't really understand them. So these guys that are out here now, they need real women who really do understand them. They don't need the women who's going to sit up here and pretend like, baby, I got your back. Or, give them a line. Y'all know how we used to throw the lines back in the day? They don't need that in their life. They need real, true women who are going to stand up, be there, be the ones that will stand and appreciate a good man. Because we got some good men out here. We really do. So y'all, that is my relationship 411, and that's how to understand how a man awakens to love. And if you just be patient and stop rushing to get into relationships, then you can get that understanding and you can get that real man, and you won't get the man that wants to run out and cheat, or the man who needs or feels the need to sleep with every woman to feel validated or ego boost. If you be real, then he can come across and he can be real. And guess what? You can have a beautiful love. All right. You can have a really good love. And just let God be the foundation. Women, don't try to hold on to someone that's not meant for you. Remember, it's not your fault that they're going through whatever they're going through. And it's not your fault if you don't happen to be the one that they really fall in love with, or when their love awakens. If it's not you, don't worry about it. just continue living life. That's what it's about. We're going to go through some good apples. We're going to go through some bad apples. But we'll never know which is which if